When your eyes pop open in the morning, that's a gift. We take it for granted sometimes, thinking the alarm clock did it. No, it was God. That breath you just took, you didn't earn it. It was handed to you with grace. If you got breath, you got a shot. A lot of folks didn't get that shot today. They had plans, things they were supposed to do, phone calls they were going to make, goals they were going to chase. But their time ran out. Yours didn't. That means there's still something for you to do, something God's trusting you to carry. If you woke up in your right mind with enough strength to swing your legs out of the bed, you already won half the battle. You might not have everything you want, but you have what you need to take the next step. That's more than some people can say. Gratitude shifts your whole mindset. It stops you from waking up mad about what didn't happen and helps you focus on what still can. When you start your day thankful, you walk differently. You speak differently. You attract better. God responds to a grateful spirit. It doesn't take a mansion and $1 million to be grateful. You have got shoes on your feet, food to eat, a phone in your hand, and a future that's still unfolding. That's worth saying thank you for every single day. Blessings multiply when you recognize them. Don't let comparison kill your gratitude. Somebody always has more, but somebody always has less too. Stop scrolling and start appreciating the blessings you overlook someone else is praying for. Make gratitude your foundation, not a reaction to good days only. Start your day by thanking God for the little things, the things that aren't flashy but are essential. Thank Him for strength, peace, the people who love you, and even the people who left you. Every single detail is part of your growth, part of your blessing. Trouble is coming. That's not negativity, that's life. Every day ain't going to be sunshine and smooth sailing. But the goal isn't to avoid storms. The goal is to be strong enough to walk through them without folding. That kind of strength doesn't come from the gym, it comes from God. Faith is not wishing things were easy. It's knowing you can handle whatever's not. It's waking up and saying, I don't know what's coming, but I know who's with me. That confidence will carry you when things around you start shaking. That faith becomes your anchor. When life hits hard and you have two options, panic or pray. Worrying has never solved a problem. Complaining never paid a bill, but prayer gives you power. Prayer keeps your peace steady when everything else is out of control. If you expect smooth roads every day, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Life doesn't owe you comfort. It offers you opportunity to grow, to endure, develop resilience. That's what challenges are for. They reveal what you are made of. You have got strength in you that you haven't even tapped into yet. And the only way to find it is to go through something that demands it. So when challenges show up, don't shrink. Rise. God didn't design you to break. He designed you to build under pressure. You are not walking alone. Even when it feels like you are alone, He's still walking with you. Don't confuse silence with absence. Some of your biggest breakthroughs happen in your quietest seasons. Stay faithful in the storm. You'll be strong when it passes. Look at your past. You have survived things you thought would destroy you. Look at that and tell yourself, if I made it through that, I can make it through this. You have got proof. You have got history with God. That's why you walk forward with confidence. Complaining is easy because it gives us a temporary release. But what it does is keep us stuck in the same cycle. You wake up, you start talking about what's wrong. Who did what ain't working, and all that energy becomes your atmosphere. You don't rise by focusing on what's broken. You rise by focusing on what's possible. If you keep waking up with a defeated mindset, life is going to match that energy. You'll keep attracting problems, setbacks, and delays. But the moment you shift to expectation, even before you see the blessing, you give your day a new direction. It's not magic, it's a mindset. God responds to your expectations. Faith without expectation is just noise. You have got to start speaking better about your life. Before you even check your phone in the morning, start saying something good is going to happen today. Say it with conviction. Said even if yesterday was a mess, expectation isn't pretending everything's perfect, it's believing that good can still come out of imperfection. You are not denying reality when you stop complaining. You are deciding not to be dominated by it. Life has pressure. Life has disappointments, that's a given. But living in constant complaint keeps you bitter. It robs you of peace. It blinds you to the opportunities God keeps putting in front of you. Most people don't even realize how blessed they are because they've trained their mouths to always find what's wrong. That's a dangerous habit. You can't complain your way into a better future. You have got to speak faith, walk in hope, and carry the kind of energy that invites favor into your space. Start expecting answers, not delays. Start expecting open doors, not closed ones. Start expecting peace. Even when there's chaos around you, expectation shifts how you pray, how you plan, how you show up. It forces you to rise, even when circumstances try to keep you low. God didn't wake you up to have you walk through the day mad, bitter, or defeated. He woke you up because there's still more he wants to do through you. That means good is still out there. But you can't receive it if you are too busy complaining about the past. Look ahead, open your mouth with power, and expect the kind of day that aligns with the promises over your life. You didn't come this far by luck. You didn't survive what you have been through just because time kept ticking. God carried you, protected you, redirected you, and in some cases rescued you. Even when you didn't see it, even when you didn't deserve it, he was working behind the scenes to keep you in position. That's not a coincidence. That's the purpose. There were seasons you should have lost your mind, moments you felt like giving up, days you couldn't see a way forward, but somehow you are still standing. You might be bruised, tired, unsure, but you are here. That's not by accident. That's because God still has something he wants to do with your life, and no setback is big enough to cancel that. Sometimes we forget how far we've come because we're too focused on how far we still want to go. But take a step back. Look at who you used to be, what used to break you, what used to scare you. You have grown. You have matured. You have overcome things people don't even know about. That didn't just happen. It happened to prepare you. Every valley you walked through, every delay, every closed door, it was building something in you. Patience, endurance, wisdom, faith. God was shaping you when it felt like he was ignoring you, but he was never absent. He was developing you for a purpose bigger than your pain. You may not understand all the whys yet. Why did that relationship end? Why did that opportunity slip through your fingers? Why did things take so long? But God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't waste detours. Everything that tried to stop you is going to be the very thing that strengthens your story. You have got to trust that there's a reason you are still here. A reason the enemy couldn't take you out. A reason the doors that needed to stay shut were closed, and the ones that mattered open when they did. It wasn't always the timing you wanted, but it was the timing you needed. You were chosen to survive what others collapsed under. That's not random, that's responsibility. That's calling. That's a divine assignment. And if God brought you through all that, he's not about to leave you stranded now. He didn't bring you this far just to watch you fall. He's setting you up for the next level of the journey. Your mind is a magnet, and whatever you focus on, you draw closer to. If you wake up thinking about everything wrong, that's what your day will be filled with. But if you choose to focus on what can happen, what could go right, you shift your whole atmosphere. Possibility is a lens that doesn't change your situation immediately, but it changes how you respond to it. Problems scream loud, and they'll try to take center stage. Bills, deadlines, conflict, disappointments, they all compete for your attention. But possibility whispers. It says, what if this works? It says, you have come through worse. It reminds you that the same God who got you through last storm can handle this one too. You have got to train your mind to listen for that whisper. A problem-focused mindset will keep you spinning in circles. You'll talk yourself out of ideas, out of risk, out of faith. You'll spend more time rehearsing why it won't work than trying to figure out how it could. But possibility breaks that cycle. It invites creativity, courage, and confidence to step up and take the wheel. Some people never move forward because they wait for every issue to disappear before they begin. But faith doesn't wait for perfect conditions. Faith moves in the middle of the mess. It builds with broken pieces. It believes while still bleeding. That's what focusing on possibility looks like. It's not naive. It's just not controlled by fear. You have got to learn to ask better questions. Instead of what if I fail, try what if I succeed. Instead of what if they say no, try what if they open the door. This simple shift can light a fire inside of you. It gets your brain working on solutions instead of sitting in stress. It keeps you active in your purpose, not passive in your problems. Don't let what's not working blind you to what is. You have got something going for you right now. A gift, a connection, a vision, an idea. Stop waiting for the stars to align and work with what you have got. God bless His movement. When you focus on possibility, you start walking in faith, and faith always attracts favor. The problem is real, but so is your potential. The issue might be tough, but so is your God. What's in front of you might look like a wall, but it could also be a door in disguise. Keep your eyes on the open space, the next step, the hopeful outcome. Focus determines direction, and direction determines destiny. Before you doubt yourself again, stop and take inventory. Look back at what you have made it through, not with shame, but with respect. You have been in places mentally, emotionally, even physically that could have crushed you, but they didn't. You are still here, still breathing, still trying. That alone is proof of your power. People see where you are now, but they don't know what it took to get here. They don't know the nights you cried and still showed up the next day. They don't know the betrayal you had to recover from, the losses you had to swallow, the setbacks you had to keep pushing through. Don't minimize that just because you are still working toward your breakthrough. You didn't quit when things got dark. You didn't fold when people counted you out. You didn't stay stuck when you felt forgotten. That kind of resilience can't be bought or taught, it's built. And the only way it gets built is by going through something that forces you to find out what you are made of. You need to stop acting like you are weak just because you are tired. Being tired is part of the process, but being weak is a lie. If you were weak, you would have been gone a long time ago. You have endured things that were designed to break you, and somehow you got stronger, wiser, sharper. And now what used to take you out doesn't even shake you. Your past is not just a timeline of pain, it's a library of lessons. You have been taught by experience, and that makes you dangerous in the best way. You don't just have ideas, you have insight. You don't just have dreams, you have depth. That came from surviving, from learning, from walking through fire and coming out refined, not ruined. Every scar has a story. And every story proves your strength. Don't hide them, honor them. They remind you that pain wasn't the end. That chapter didn't close the book. It built character. You were forged in hard seasons. That's why soft moments don't move you like they used to. You are grounded now. So when the next challenge shows up, don't panic, remember. Remember what you have overcome. Remember the old version of you that would have quit, and realize how far you have grown. If you survive then, you have got what it takes to win now. Your history is your evidence. You are not guessing. If you are built for this, you have already proven it. Motivation is great when it shows up, but it's not dependable. Some mornings you wake up ready to conquer the world. Other days you won't even feel like getting out of bed. That's where discipline steps in. Discipline says, I don't feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. It's the muscle that keeps you moving when the mood is missing. Everybody wants results, but not everybody wants routine. People want the blessing, but they don't want to commit to the process. Discipline is what separates the talkers from the doers. It's the reason some people rise and others stay stuck. Not because they're more talented, but because they keep showing up regardless of how they feel. There will be days you feel uninspired, days you don't see the point, days when progress seems invisible. But those are the days that count the most. That's when you build your grit. That's when you prove to yourself that you are not just in it for the highs, you are committed to the mission. The work still matters even when the feeling doesn't. Discipline is how you train your character. It's not emotional. It's intentional. It means you have decided ahead of time what kind of person you are going to be. And you stick to that even when it's inconvenient. You don't negotiate with laziness. You don't entertain excuses. You honor your word to yourself. You can't build a strong life off of vibes and inspiration. That's not sustainable. Real progress comes from the stuff nobody claps to, the late nights, the early mornings, the quiet sacrifices, and the uncomfortable consistency. That's what builds the foundation for the life you keep dreaming about. When you are disciplined, you don't wait for permission to be great. You create structure around your goals. You build habits that support your future. And those habits start to carry you when your energy can't. It's not about hype, it's about habits. Your future is hidden in your daily routine. Some people are chasing a feeling, but winners are chasing results. And results only come when you are consistent. Not perfect, just committed. You don't have to feel like it to do it. You just have to do it anyway. That's how goals get reached, dreams get built, and prayers get answered through effort, not emotion. Right now might not look like much. You might be in a small apartment, driving a car that's barely holding on, working a job that's not fulfilling you. But don't let your current surroundings convince you that this is all there is. Vision doesn't reflect your present, it reveals your potential. If you only live by what you see, you'll miss what's possible. You have got to develop spiritual eyesight, the kind that looks past what's in your bank account, past what's on your calendar, and sees what's inside of you. Vision lets you look at a temporary struggle and say, this isn't the end. This is just part of the build. It keeps you forward facing when everything else is trying to drag you backward. Your surroundings may not match your dreams yet, and that's okay. Vision permits you to believe before the evidence shows up. You don't need a stage to start preparing. You don't need applause to validate your work. Start where you are with what you have, and keep your eyes on where you are quaint, not where you are stuck. Too many people let their environment limit their imagination. Just because no one in your family has done it, just because your city is small, just because people don't understand your dream, that doesn't mean you are wrong. It means you were given a different kind of assignment. Visionaries always feel a little out of place in the present because they belong to the future. You have to learn how to see yourself beyond today's circumstances. If you are broke, see yourself building wealth. If you are alone, see yourself surrounded by the right people. If you are struggling, see yourself as strong, capable, and healed. What you see on the inside will eventually shape what you live on the outside. Don't wait until life gets easier to cast vision. Vision makes life clearer. It gives your effort direction. It reminds you why you are sacrificing now. It tells you this season may be hard, but it's not permanent. That's the power of seeing beyond your faith that pulls you forward while your discipline holds you steady. The enemy of vision is distraction. If you stay focused on temporary discomfort, you'll forget you are headed toward permanent change. Stay locked in. Keep your eyes on the outcome, not the obstacles. Remind yourself daily that this moment is just a step, not the destination. You are building something greater than what you see right now. When life knocks you down, it can feel personal. Like the world is singling you out, like God forgot about you. But what you have got to realize is setbacks aren't the end of the story. They're a plot twist, a setup, a divine interruption that's rerouting you to something greater than you had planned. You don't always see it in the moment, but when you look back, you realize it had to happen that way. You lost a job only to discover a gift you never knew you had. That person walked away only to create space for someone who sees your worth. The deal fell through only to push you toward the door God wanted to open. Setbacks feel like punishment, but they're often preparation. They don't stop the mission, they shape the messenger. You don't grow in comfort. You grow in resistance. The delay makes you develop character. The no makes you ask better questions. The closed door forces you to look for new ones. In that process, you build endurance, humility, wisdom, and vision. Qualities that you have to carry if you want to handle the level that's coming. When everything's working, we tend to get comfortable, but setbacks shake you. They break the routine. They call you deeper. They make you reevaluate, pray harder, work smarter, and move differently. That pain you felt, that was stretching. That loss you took, that was pruning. God doesn't remove without the intention to multiply. Sometimes you were never supposed to win that way. That job wasn't the one. That platform wasn't secure. That situation had cracks you couldn't see, but God saw it all. And instead of letting it break you later, he let it fall now so you could rebuild better, stronger, and with clarity. That's not rejection. That's redirection. If you look at any success story, there's always a turning point, and 9 times out of 10 is wrapped in disappointment. But what made the difference was how they responded. Setbacks aren't a sign to quit, they're a signal to rise. They're the moment you decide, I'm not going out like this. There's more in me. There's better ahead. So when life pulls you back, don't panic. Think of a bow and arrow. The tension, the pullback is only to launch you farther. The harder the pull, the greater the release. You may feel behind right now, but God's got you in position. And when he lets go, you are going to fly farther than you ever imagined. Rejection hurts. It stings deep, especially when you have put yourself out there, worked hard, and had high hopes. But what if I told you that rejection isn't always a reflection of your worth? Sometimes it's the universe, God, or whatever you believe are protecting you from something you are not ready for, or worse, something that isn't ready for you. Rejection doesn't always mean failure. It can be divine redirection. You have been rejected before, and I know how personal it felt. That job you didn't get, that opportunity that slipped through your fingers, the person who walked away when you thought they were your forever. But sometimes you don't see what's on the other side of that no. You don't see the brokenness that would have followed if you had gotten what you wanted. Rejection can save you from heartbreak, disappointment, or disaster down the road. There's a power in trusting what God blocks. It's easy to feel like you have been overlooked or passed over. But God is strategic. If he closes a door, it's because he knows there's a better one coming. If he removes someone from your life, it's because there's someone else who's going to value you properly. Your path might be delayed, but it's never denied. What if the rejection you are facing right now is protecting you from something worse? You may not be able to see it at the moment, but sometimes what you think is a setback is a setup for something greater. God sees what you can't see. He knows the full picture. If he's keeping something from you, it's because he has a plan for your life that's too big for that moment to contain. We can get fixated on what we want, but what we need often looks completely different. The people who reject you might not see your potential. The opportunities you missed might not have been aligned with your purpose, but God knows. He's looking out for you even when the path seems uncertain. He's stopping you from walking into something that could harm you, and he's protecting your heart for what he has prepared ahead. Rejection teaches you resilience. It forces you to trust more deeply. You learn that your worth is not tied to someone else's approval. It pushes you toward growth, toward refining your character, toward waiting for what truly belongs to you. And while the waiting is tough, trust that what's for you won't pass you by. It will find you in divine timing at the perfect moment. So instead of getting bitter when you are rejected, start thanking God for the protection. Instead of worrying about the closed doors, start trusting that He's keeping you on course. That person who didn't appreciate you, you are about to find someone who sees you and your value. That opportunity that slipped away, something even better is around the corner. Rejection can hurt, but in the grand scheme, it's just God making sure you are protected and positioned for something even greater than you imagine. Patience is not just waiting around, it's an active, faith-filled choice to trust the process, even when the outcome isn't immediate. The promise you are after is real, but you have to understand that it's not going to come on your timeline. It's going to come on God's timing, and sometimes that's not the same thing. You don't rush a masterpiece. You allow it to unfold at the pace it's meant to. We live in a culture of instant gratification. You want results, and you want them now. But real growth, real success, real transformation, it doesn't happen overnight. It's built piece by piece, day by day. It's like planting a seed. You don't plant it and then dig it up the next day to see if it's growing. You trust that the process is working beneath the surface even when you can't see it yet. Patience isn't about sitting back and doing nothing. It's about working, praying, and preparing while you wait. It's understanding that the waiting is just as important as the doing. The lessons you learn while you wait are shaping your character, expanding your capacity, and refining you for the future that's coming. If you rush, you might miss those lessons and walk into a blessing that you are not ready to handle yet. The hardest part is not the vision, it's the waiting. The waiting tests your resolve. It challenges your faith. It shows you the strength in your character. Do you have the discipline to stay focused even when things aren't moving as fast as you'd like? Can you keep believing when you don't see immediate results? Patience is part of the promise because God is preparing you for the greatness He has in store for you. Every season has a purpose. If you rush through it, you'll miss the development that's taking place. You can't fast track your destiny. If you skip the process, you won't be able to sustain the blessings when they come. You need the growth, the stretching, the character building moments. And that requires patience. You are not just waiting, you are evolving. The time you spend in patience, the time you spend becoming the person you need to be for what's ahead. Trust that God is doing more in the waiting than you could ever understand. There are things you can't see. Connections are being made, opportunities are being aligned, and details are being worked out on your behalf. You are not wasting time. You are being prepared. And the more you fight against the waiting, the more you delay the outcome. Patience is what makes the promise sustainable when it finally arrives. Remember, you are not waiting in vain. Every day you remain consistent. Every day you keep pushing. Every day you stay faithful. You are inching closer to what's yours. The process isn't there to break you, it's there to build you. Don't rush it, don't force it. Trust that patience is part of the promise. And when the time is right, you'll step into your purpose fully prepared, fully capable, and fully deserving of everything that's coming your way. Being busy is easy. It's the default. We've all been there running around, checking off endless to-do lists and filling every moment with activity. But just because you are busy doesn't mean you are productive. It doesn't mean you are moving closer to your goals. Busyness can make you feel good in the moment, but productivity moves you toward progress. If you are not careful, you can end up spending your days spinning your wheels, feeling like you are accomplishing something but getting nowhere. Busyness is a trap that many of us fall into. We fill our calendars with meetings, calls, and tasks, but we don't always ask ourselves, is this moving me toward my purpose? You can be busy all day and still feel unfulfilled. You can be running in circles, always active, but never advancing. At the end of the day, you are left exhausted, but with little to show for it. Productivity, on the other hand, is intentional. It's about doing the right things, not just the things that feel urgent. It's about being focused, prioritizing what truly matters, and putting your energy into activities that bring you closer to your dreams. When you are productive, you have clarity, you have direction. You know that your actions today are setting you up for a greater tomorrow. That's the difference between being busy and being effective. Not all tasks are created equal. Some things may be urgent, but that doesn't mean they're important. Some things might be easy, but that doesn't mean they're valuable. In a world that's constantly asking for your attention, you have to learn how to say no to distractions and focus on what will truly push the needle forward. It's about identifying your highest priorities and aligning your actions with them, not just filling your day with random tasks to make you feel productive. It's easy to get caught up in the noise. Social media, emails, texts, they're all pulling for your attention. But being busy in these areas doesn't mean you are moving toward your big vision. It's crucial to step back and evaluate what you are spending your time on. Are you focusing on the things that will move the needle in your life? Or are you just filling time to feel busy, hoping that somehow the results will follow? The key to productivity is time management. Not all hours are equal, and how you spend your time directly affects the quality of your life. The real question is, what can I do today that will make tomorrow better? It's about being intentional with your moments. You don't need to be busy all day to feel accomplished. You just need to be focused and efficient, working on the right things with the right energy. That's how productivity happens. Being productive doesn't just help you achieve your goals, it frees you up to do what matters. It allows you to be present with your family, pursue your passions, and take care of yourself. It's not about filling every hour with work. It's about making every hour count. And when you focus on productivity over busyness, you'll find that your life becomes less about scrambling to keep up and more about moving forward with purpose, direction, and intention. Look at where you are right now. The fact that you are alive, breathing, and moving through this moment is no coincidence. You didn't just happen to show up on this earth. You didn't stumble into existence. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat has been woven into a larger plan. There's a purpose in your presence, whether you fully understand it yet or not. You are here for a reason. You were meant to be here doing what you are doing and impacting the world in ways only you can. It's easy to feel insignificant, especially when the world is so big and your problems feel so heavy. But think about this, the universe is perfectly designed and you fit into that design. You were created with intention, with unique qualities, and with the ability to do things that no one else can. Every challenge you have faced, every lesson you have learned, every talent you have developed, all of it has brought you to this point. Your presence in this world is necessary. You may not see the full picture right now, but trust me, everything you have gone through, everything you have experienced is shaping you for the next level of your purpose. Every struggle, every setback, every hard headache, they're not accidents. They're building blocks, tools in your hand, preparing you to walk in your destiny. Your life has meaning even in the moments where it feels like you are just getting through the day. You are already part of a larger story that's unfolding. Don't let the noise of the world make you question your significance. It's easy to compare yourself to others and feel like you are not doing enough or that you are not where you should be. But the truth is, your journey is your own. No one else has walked the path you have walked. No one else has the same combination of skills, experiences, and dreams that you do. Your purpose is unique, and only you can fulfill it. There's something in you that the world needs. You were born for more than just existing. You were born to contribute, to impact, to leave a mark. And that doesn't always look like fame or fortune. Sometimes your purpose is in the quiet moments, lifting someone, showing kindness, doing work that others won't see but will benefit from. Your presence in this world ripples out, affecting others in ways that you may never fully understand. Your life is more valuable than you realize. Even when life feels chaotic or uncertain, remember this, you are not here by mistake. You may not have all the answers and you may not know exactly where you are going, but you are on the right path. There's a reason you are alive at this moment in time with the gifts and passions you have. The world needs you to be who you are. And as long as you show up and keep moving forward, you'll be fulfilling your purpose one step at a time. The truth is, you are here because you have something to offer that no one else can. Your purpose is bigger than just your dreams and goals. It's about what you bring to the world. It's about the change you make, the lives you touch, and the legacy you leave behind. You are not just passing through life. You are actively shaping it. And every moment you choose to walk in your purpose, you are fulfilling the reason you were placed here in the first place. Success isn't just about the numbers in your bank account, the title on your resume, or the size of your house. Those things are fine, but they don't define true success. If peace, passion, and gratitude aren't part of the equation, then you are chasing something that will never truly satisfy you. Success isn't just the finish line. It's about how you feel as you are moving toward it. It's about the quality of your journey. True success is found in the peace you carry within yourself, the passion you wake up with every day, and the gratitude you have for the life you are living. Peace is the foundation of real success. When you are at peace with yourself, your decisions, and the direction you are headed, nothing can shake you. You won't be swayed by external circumstances, opinions, or the chaos of life. Peace allows you to keep moving forward with confidence, even when things aren't perfect. It's the internal calm that says, I'm good no matter what happens out there because I'm aligned with my purpose. When you define success by peace, you are not just looking for external accomplishments, you are cultivating an inner balance that lets you thrive no matter the ups or downs. Passion is what fuels success. It's the fire that wakes you up in the morning, that gets you out of bed even when you are tired, that pushes you through the hard days. When you are passionate about something, you don't need anyone to motivate you. It's a driving force that comes from within. Passion turns obstacles into opportunities. It transforms hard work into enjoyment. If your success is defined by passion, it means you are doing what you love. And that love is enough to carry you through every challenge. Without passion, even the greatest achievements will feel hollow. But when you are passionate, every step feels meaningful. Gratitude is the key to unlocking fulfillment. No matter how big your achievements get, there's always room for more. But if you are always chasing the next big thing and never stop to appreciate what you already have, you'll never feel truly successful. Success is not about always having more. It's about recognizing the value in what you already possess. When you define success by gratitude, you start to see abundance everywhere. You realize that every day is a gift, and that alone makes you successful. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to plenty, and it brings a sense of peace and joy that external success can never bring. When you start measuring your success by these three things, peace, passion, and gratitude, you'll find that you can be successful no matter where you are. Success isn't something you reach, it's something you experience along the way. When you are at peace with who you are and where you are headed, when you are passionate about what you are doing, and when you are grateful for the journey, you are living a successful life. You no longer have to wait for external markers of success to feel good about where you are. You create your definition of success, and it's rooted in your heart, not your possessions. External success is fleeting. Fame fades. Money doesn't bring lasting joy. But peace, passion, and gratitude are lasting. They grow with you. They make you rich in ways that money never could. When you prioritize these qualities over anything else, you'll find that the pursuit of success isn't stressful, it's fulfilling. Your work becomes more than a means to an end. It becomes an expression of who you are. And when you are living in alignment with your peace, passion, and gratitude, you'll find that every day is a success in its own right. So redefine success today. Don't let society tell you what it should look like. Don't let comparison rob you of the joy that comes from your unique journey. Measure your success by how peaceful you feel in your heart, how passionate you are about your purpose, and how much gratitude you carry for the life you have been given. When you do that, you'll find that success is already within you. It's not a destination, it's a way of being, and it's available to you right now. Too often we reduce prayer to just a ritual, something we do when things get tough or when we want something. But prayer is so much more than that. It's not just about the words you say or the position you are in, it's about the shift that happens in your mind and heart when you truly engage in it. Prayer is not a checkbox to mark off in your daily routine. It's a tool that resets your perspective, reorients your heart, and realigns your thoughts with your higher purpose. When you pray, it's not about asking for everything you want. It's about creating a space where you can hear from God, where you can listen to your soul, and where you can clear the clutter of your mind. Prayer gives you the ability to pause in the chaos and recalibrate. Life throws all sorts of distractions, frustrations, and stresses your way, but prayer is your chance to reset. It's an opportunity to step away from the noise and find clarity and focus. You are resetting your mind to remember who you are and why you are here. Think of prayer as hitting the reset button on your phone or computer when things aren't working right, when apps freeze or the system gets overloaded. A simple reset can clear out the clutter and get things running smoothly again. Your mind is no different. You go through life constantly taking in information, dealing with challenges, and trying to juggle a million things. Prayer allows you to clear out the mental noise and reset your focus so that you can think clearly and make decisions from a place of peace rather than chaos. Prayer isn't just about asking for help, it's about finding peace in the process. When you pray, you acknowledge that you don't have control over everything, and you surrender that control to a higher power. You let go of the need to have all the answers and trust that you are being guided to exactly where you need to go. It's a powerful way to release stress, doubt, and fear. Prayer allows you to take a deep breath and find calm amid life's storms. It's a moment where your spirit reconnects with a deeper truth and centers you in that understanding. In times of doubt, prayer is a tool that redirects your mindset. When you are feeling overwhelmed, when fear starts to take over, when you can't see the way forward, prayer realigns your thoughts with hope, faith, and clarity. It's like a mental detox, a way to filter out the negative, the fearful, the anxious thoughts and replace them with a perspective of faith and trust. Prayer doesn't just calm the storm around you, it calms the storm inside of you. When you reset your mindset through prayer, you unlock the strength to keep moving forward no matter what comes your way. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs happen in prayer, not because you have said the right words, but because you have given yourself the space to reset your perspective. When you come to God in prayer, you open yourself up to guidance, wisdom, and insight that you might not find in your limited thinking. Prayer helps you see the bigger picture. It's a moment where your mind is cleared and your heart is open. It's where you find new strength, new strategies, and new peace. You are not just asking for solutions. You are transforming how you see the world around you. So don't treat prayer as just a routine or a ritual. It's your chance to reset. It's your opportunity to shift your mindset from stress to peace, from fear to faith, from doubt to trust. When you start seeing prayer as more than just words, when you understand its power to realign your heart and mind, you'll begin to approach each day with clarity, purpose, and a renewed sense of peace. Prayer is the reset button that keeps you grounded, focused, and moving forward with confidence in your purpose.